Y'all know what's going on. It's time for another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker, and welcome to the show. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. Everybody in the penitentiary has a hustle. It don't matter what it is. Everybody has to find a way to get in, where they fit in, add to the prison economy, make their money, be able to survive the environment. Whatever it is, everybody's got a hustle. And today I'm going to tell you about this brother named Earl. Earl had one of the best hustles because his hustles were exclusive deals, right? Everybody couldn't do this. You feel what I'm saying? See, Earl was what they call the shoe shine man in here. And he worked down front where the officers would eat at and get together right before they do come on shift and all this and that. He worked down there. And in that area, they had one of those old-fashioned chairs and where the people could sit in and then they get their boots and stuff shine, right? And while he's doing all this shoe shoeing that I call it, up there shining their boots, kicking it with them, laughing at their jokes and doing all these different types of things, you know, every now and then something might fall off the table. And what do I mean by that? When I say something might fall off the table, you might have an officer in the area that might have a meal that he brought in or she brought in that was made the night before. You know, they might have a rib, a sandwich, or some meatloaf, or some fried chicken, mashed potatoes, turnip greens, all these different types of things that people bring in to eat for themselves, right? Because we don't get to see a lot of them when they eat. They eat down in the officer's lounge, you know, where they get away from everybody, right? But here's the thing. See, down in that area, where they got all this food, they don't eat all that. And everybody appreciate Earl. Earl down there spit shining their shoes and all this and that. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the old days, right? Having these old crazy conversations with him, and then every now and then he'll tell them a little something too, right? But here's the thing. When it fall off the table, meaning they'll say, Earl, get rid of this for me. They might leave, if they bring in 3 pieces of chicken, breast, thigh, leg or something. They might leave a piece on there for him. You know what I'm saying? And some of the mashed potatoes and some of the greens and all these different types of things. Or they might leave some ribs on the thing and all this, a meatloaf or whatever they got. They'll leave Earl a little bit. Now, let me tell y'all something. I know y'all saying, ooh, that's nasty. I wouldn't eat off nobody else's plate and all this and that, right? It's not like that. They'll scoop the stuff to the side. Yeah, they got to eat off the plate. You feel what I'm saying? But it ain't like they spitting in it and all this and that. But I guess, well, I don't know. If you think about it, I guess just talking over your food, the spit's going to get in it. But anyway, that's the issue. In the penitentiary, when you're hungry, don't tell me, you'll eat. So Earl, that was Earl's hustle. He wouldn't eat all that. He'd wrap that thing up, had that thing tight, hid on him somewhere. And when he come up out of there and he go back to the unit, Earl got them exclusive plates. He hustling. He selling them things. He getting his money. And I'm talking about good food. Look here, some of these officers need to quit working in the penitentiary and open up a restaurant because they fire. They cooking. Now, don't get me wrong. A couple of times in my day, you know, I bought me a couple of them places exclusive, you know what I'm saying? They might have, you know, some old, I love potatoes, y'all. I love french fries. You feel what I'm saying? Stuff like that. I love that, right? So he'll come back every now and then, he'll say, Joe, I got them crinkly fries for you. And I know that don't sound like a big deal to y'all, but when you've been locked up a long time and imagine this, let me put it to you like this. And I'm not talking about concerning your financial situation where you can't go to McDonald's or Burger King or Zaxby's or wherever you go to get your food right. I'm not talking about that. But imagine, you know, not being able to eat a crinkly fry or your favorite French fry or some hash browns or Burger King sandwich or McDonald's sandwich or Wendy's sandwich or any kind of food you like. Imagine not being able to eat that for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, a decade. Not even being able to smell it. And then one day somebody comes through and say, look, I got your favorite. Come on now. You're going to want that. It's a big deal in here. And Earl was the man on them exclusive plates. He got you. Now here's the thing though, because they didn't leave him no full plate when he was at work. It might take him 2 or 3 days to get the whole plate. It's gonna be weird. You might have a couple of pieces of chicken, a piece of meatloaf, some turnip greens, some lasagna, but whatever it is, he gonna make that whole plate. And look, when he present it to you in that tray, oh look, man. Look here, it's gonna look like it just come out of one of them soul food restaurants. He ain't playing with the game. He wants to make his presentation good because he finna charge your lights out. Yeah, this little simple meal, this little escape from reality, it's going to cost you $20. And see, back in the day, you know what I'm saying, when I was hustling, getting my little money, all these different types of things, that wasn't a big deal. It wasn't a big deal. And it wasn't a big deal for a lot of other people because he didn't just go to anybody. He went to the people he knew that could pay for it, wouldn't mind paying for it. Because, see, when you get in them exclusive place in the penitentiary, see, that's a status symbol. It's just like being out there and being the first person that got the Jordans on when they come out. And you in the penitentiary, you got that plate. See, a lot of people, I didn't do this though. A lot of people, when they get that plate, they want to sit out at the table. They want everybody to see that they got something that they don't have. They eating real nice. But see, I didn't do that. I was too shaky for that, quite honestly, because I was doing so much stuff. I eat in the room. I didn't want nobody to know I was having stuff like that every now and then. I tell Earl, don't say nothing to nobody about this. And he wouldn't say nothing, but people knew when Earl come around what he trying to do, trying to get it off. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing, man. One day, Earl down there, and this officer, brand new officer, she come in. I'm talking about, look, she got that box of Bojangles, the 8-piece. You know that Bojangles? Got that dirty rice and them biscuits. Ooh, boy, you feel me? And look, and then he was so cold with it, he'll keep them little packs of hot sauce and stuff like that. It got Bojangles on it. So you'll know you got something really exclusive. It's special to have stuff like that in the penitentiary. I know it might not make sense to y'all, but that's a special occasion when you get an exclusive. So here she goes. She drop it off. She in there eating. And then they call her. She got to go on a hospital room. When you go on a hospital room, you're leaving the institution. You might not be back. You might. You feel what I'm saying? But anyway, by the time Earl's shift ended, she wasn't back. So Earl thinking, shoot, she might not be back. You know what I'm saying? She gonna be so tired when she come back, she gonna go home to the house. And then she ain't gonna miss this name but 4 pieces of chicken anyway, because it was an 8-piece. She ate 4. Well, she ate 2 and gave her girlfriend 2. You feel what I'm saying? And then left the other 4 in there. Probably gonna eat it when she got back. But Earl thinking in his mind, shoot, she ain't gonna miss this. Ain't nothing but some chicken. So he wrapped that thing up and get it up out of there. Get back to the unit. He slang that thing. You know what I'm saying? 4 pieces of that Bojangles with 2 biscuits. He got 2 biscuits, y'all. 2 nice fluffy biscuits. That's all he had. That's all he had. And a couple of packets of that hot sauce. $15. $15. Look here. You had dudes competing and bidding on it, man. Look here. I give you 15, you know what I'm saying? And I give you 2 pouches. If you got that green money, that's what they're going to get him. So one of the guys, they pulled out that green money, flashed it on him. He flew to the cell, dropped it off. Oh, they in there eating. Didn't break bread with nobody. I don't blame them. I would have went on in and locked the door too. They went on there and ate it. You know what I'm saying? The next day, early work, the female come in. She going off. Somebody done got her food. She tripping. She up there just hooping and hollering, talking about, because she's thinking some officer did it because the only inmate in there is Earl, and everybody like Earl. Earl don't have to take none. They give it to him. So he ain't even suspect number 1 on her list. So she asked him, she said, Earl, you seen anybody come in here and go in this refrigerator and get this out? He said, no, ma'am, I ain't seen nobody do that. Looking silly. Because he wants to tell her the truth, but she's so mad right now, you know what I'm saying, in that moment, he couldn't do it. He said, if I say something, she gonna pimp me. See, he didn't really know her like that, so he couldn't come clean to her, right? So he lied to her. And at this particular time, they ain't had no cameras in the area, right? Because this is all the police, so they trusting each other. They don't need no cameras up there and all this old kind of stuff, right? So look, she go to the captain. The captain like her, you know what I'm saying? She ease on the eyes, you know what I'm saying? She go to the captain and tell the captain, say, look, my food came up missing. He said, what was it? And she told him what it was, and the captain started laughing. He said, Earl might have ate it. Everybody know Earl. Earl might have ate it. She said, no, I asked him. He said, no. Captain laughed at it again. He said he probably ate it, but he's scared to tell you. So she go back to him. She popping her whip. She go back to him later on in the day, and she said, Earl, if you ate that, just let me know so I can move on. I just don't want to be running around here mad thinking that I can't trust nobody to put nothing up in there if it's going to keep coming up missing. Earl said, I'll look around and see what I can find for you, you know what I'm saying, and let you know what's really going on, right? So he paused and stalled a little bit. About 2 o'clock that afternoon, he pulled her to the side. And he tell her that it was him, you know what I'm saying? But while he's trying to explain to her why he didn't tell her the truth, she's shooting off on him and telling him, you lying, I can't trust inmates, I knew better, this, that, and the third, and blah, blah, blah. He said, give me your ID. And listen to me, y'all. If an officer says, give me your ID, you already know what's coming next. The write-up. The write-up is coming next. She take his ID, she go to the captain. She tell the captain what Earl just said. The captain tries to talk her out of it because Earl's a good guy. Earl spit shines his boots for him. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't nobody else on no compound that can spit shine like Earl. But she said, I'm not going to accept this. I'm not going to tolerate this. So the captain talks her into giving Earl a work sanction. Now, work sanction is you don't get a write-up, but you got to do extra work. That's what they call it, a work sanction. So the captain convinced her to go with that, and she go with that. So she go back. She go back to the room, and she tell Earl, she said, look, I'm going to give you a work sanction instead of this write-up. Now, the unit that I'm working, you got to come down to that unit, and you got to clean the showers. At first, Earl was bucking because Earl was beneath him. See, Earl was above everybody. Earl was like, you know, the house and the field. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, see, Earl was the house dude. You understand? Y'all feel me? I'm trying to clean my language up just a little bit. Just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Earl was that dude, right? And he felt like it would be beneath him to come down to the unit and clean up a shower. Plus, you know, he got everybody thinking that the police mess with him like that. But she told him, either you do that or you going to get this write-up. It's up to you what you want to do, and I need to know right now. He said, I'll do it. So she says, you be down at that unit after chapel. So she went and cleared it with the captain. The captain said, yeah, they all laughing at Earl. Done got it, hand caught it in the cookie jar. So Earl go down there, he cleaning the shower. Take care of business. He talking his way through it. Everybody coming by laughing, talking about, oh dang, they got Earl cleaning the shower, the golden child. You know, making him feel some type of way, right? So he flipped the game. He said, look, I'm doing what I got to do, y'all. I'm just helping y'all out. Made it seem like it wasn't that bad to him, right? You got to say what you got to say and do what you got to do to get through any moment, right? So check this out. So when Earl finished, he was feeling some kind of way on the inside, but he didn't let her know that. So he get back to his job, and you know what I'm saying, up there where he's doing the spit shining on the boots. He up there and he contemplating, he's thinking, yeah, I'm going to get her. I got to get her back. I ain't finna play no games with her. She need to go. He trying to cross her out some kind of way, right? But he ain't going to be able to do it. He ain't going to be able to do it. Because she's always somewhere else, and he can't get to her. You know what I mean? So then, one day she bring in some more food. But see, she one of them shyster females, you know what I'm saying, to the extent that she don't like nobody playing. So she thinking, okay, I'm going to show him. Because she peeped that he had an attitude about it. So her and her girlfriend, they ain't looking at it like it's a serious thing. So they put some old, what you call it, them laxatives and things in the potatoes. Stir them up real good. You know what I'm saying? Mix them in with that gravy. Because look, when you're an inmate, and I ain't trying to down us, because I'm one of them. I don't even like using that terminology though, but I'm locked up. When we eating, especially something exclusive, we don't have time to sit there and savor it and enjoy it most times. We got to eat it and be done with it, because if they catch us eating it, they're going to write us up. And you can go to the hole for that. Eating something that was not given to you by the institution. Anything that's brought in like that, you can be charged with larceny if you steal it. If somebody gave it to you, you know what I'm saying, you can be charged with contraband. Then they want you to tell them who gave it to you. So all of these different types of things come into play. So when you get something exclusive, you lock yourself down, unless you one of these dudes that like to stunt, you know what I mean, and all of that set out in front of everybody, and you eat it up real fast. So the potatoes in there in the refrigerator, and he got some other things in there, you know. So Earl going through the refrigerator, and he letting everybody know, all the officers come in there, you know, I'm cleaning the refrigerator out today. If y'all don't want this stuff in here, let me know, and I'm going to throw it away. Everybody know that's the wink thing. Throwing it away mean I'm going to take it. You understand what I'm saying? So everybody tell him, man, yeah, go on and clean it out, throw everything away, including her. She told him to do it. So he got the potatoes and all this and that. He said, oh, I'm going to make me a nice piece of change off it, because there's all kinds of stuff in there. Like I say, it'd be meatloaf in there, lasagna, chicken, hamburgers, French fries, and he got the mashed potatoes. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they'll have potato salad in there. It's just whatever they feel like making. Spaghetti, all kinds of stuff. Whatever you imagine somebody that's going to take to work for lunch or dinner, that's what it was in there. So he got all this stuff loaded up. He get it back to the unit, but he kept them potatoes. I don't know what made him keep them. He eating them things. He eating them. He got them nice and hot, done whipped them up, put a little extra butter in them. He eating them things. About 15, 20 minutes later, Earl is on the toilet. He can't handle it. It's killing him. He don't know what's going on. He go back to work the next day. She laughing and she said, who you selling potatoes to? He said, I ain't selling potatoes to nobody. She said, you shoulda. And he said, what you talking about? And she said, after you ate them potatoes, what'd you do? And then the light bulbs went off in his head like, oh, it was you. He said, oh, okay, you playing game. You playing games. So he laughed it off like it really wasn't no big deal. You know what I'm saying? And went on with the move. Because when you in a position that we in, you know what I'm saying, you can't get mad about nothing, really. You can't get mad about nothing. Because if you get mad about it, then they're going to get mad at you, and then they got the power to do something to you, right? So anything that they do to you, you pretty much got to roll with it, man, and laugh it off like it ain't no big deal. But on the inside, you're boiling. You're boiling. So Earl want his lick back now. He want his lick back. He said, oh, she playing games like that? And then she done told the captain, them, and all of them. Everybody laughing at Earl like, yeah, you finally got somebody that they ain't going to play with you about their food and stuff like that, right? But again, don't get it twisted. They all mess with Earl. They all mess with him. So Earl, he pissed now. So she come in one day. Listen to me. She come in one day. She got them ribs. She got them ribs. I'm talking about she got 8 bones. Split that thing in half. Her girlfriend gets some. She gets some, right? They work partners. You feel me? But Earl see it when she put it in the refrigerator. You know what I mean? And she got that thing in a styrofoam tray. She had to take it out of the packet that came in from the store. You know what I'm saying? Where they bought it at, the little juke joint. Put it in the styrofoam tray with the steak give you. Put it in the refrigerator. Excuse me. He seen it. Look at that thing was dripping with that barbecue sauce too. And then it had some of them French fries on the side. And you know how them French fries be when they get that barbecue sauce on them from them ribs? They be kind of thick, be real nice, chewy, real good, spicy. Got a little tang to it. You know what I'm saying? Earl see all of that, right? He plotting. He run back to the unit. I got that exclusive coming this afternoon. I said, oh, for real? What you got coming? He said, man, I got some of them ribs, man. But he said, Joe T, I got you. He said, I got some of them French fries for you. I said, you got some French fries? He was like, yeah. I said, man, let me get that. Let me get them French fries, man. I said, how much is it, though? He said, man, it's a whole half a tray. I said, man, that's what's up, man. I said, what you want for? He said, $5. I said, I got you. Bring them back. I got you. I said, what you want for them ribs? He said, man, I want $25 for them ribs. I said, man, look here. I'm going to pass on that. I ain't finna give you all that. You know what I'm saying? Because, see, Earl be moving too fast, and I know that. I try to get something I can eat real quick. I ain't got to be around nobody, because I eat French fries cold, y'all. I eat them cold. It don't matter to me. I love potatoes. Plus, back in the day, we had the hot pot. I take them and wrap them up in a plastic saran wrap them up real good. You know what I'm saying? To make sure can't no water get in. I drop it down in that hot pot, let that thing come to a boil, fish it up out of there, pop that pack, boom, put that ketchup on it, and I'm going to work. So I always like to do stuff behind the door. I ain't trying to be out around other people. I don't want people to see what I got going on and all that. Because people in here knows it, y'all. They know. They'll be mad at you and you won't even know it. You ain't done nothing. They want you to break bread with what you got, but they ain't trying to break bread with what they got. But at the same time, they ain't playing fair. They'll go say something. So I keep all my business to myself. You got to do it like that. So Earl, he up there, back at work, and he peeping the scene, right? He know when she gonna come back. So he plotting. He plotting. So he tells some of the guys that working on they work on, to empty the trash and all that, they gotta come into the work area that he's in twice a day to empty the trash. And when they come in there, he stall them up by talking to them, right? You know what he doing, right? He's creating a scenario to where he can point at them and not himself when the blame falls for this food that he finna go grab. So he talked to him for about 10 minutes, right? Then they leave up out of there. You know what I'm saying? They got the trash bags and all this, and they dragging because it's a whole lot of them. They got the buggy they pushing this full of trash bags and cardboard boxes and all this and that, right? The perfect place to hide something. But check this out. Earl makes his move, and if you want to know what he does, you're going to have to tune in to the next episode, right? This has been another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker, and I say peace, y'all.